Hey guys, so it's been a while since I did a birthday drawing for any character really. So today I am doing Kaeya from Genshin Impact. Um, I haven't done any Genshin Impact birthday drawings to be honest. I know Kazuha's passed like a while ago. I want to say a month or two ago. So yeah, but basically I decided why not do Kaeya cuz um he's like my favorite character. Well, one of my favorites. Anyways, I have a whole bunch of favorites. So for Kaeya, I start off with like my regular base for skin tones, and then I actually use the skin tone that I shade with more, and I just put that all over because his skin tone is pretty dark compared to other characters. I looked back at my old Kaeya drawing, and to be honest, he kind of looks a bit way too dark. I think like I colored him in like really dark. But I did my best to not like I didn't want to make him super light colored like how I draw like white characters cuz or like Asian characters just because he does have like darker skin. So yeah, I didn't want to do like any accidental like whitewashing because that's really bad. So I decided to like try my best to actually color in his skin like similar tone to his in like references. So I ended up shading it all in with this color that I usually use to like just shade the white colors, so like the light skin tones. So I ended up doing this. So for his birthday, I ended up drawing him with a crown instead of an actual what what is it? Birthday hat. Basically I usually draw characters with birthday hats. I know for Kageyama from Haikyuu, I drew him with like a king crown because he's like king of the court. So yeah. For Kaeya, I gave him one of those cryo artifacts that looks like a crown, and I put it on his head because I thought it would match because he is a cryo character anyways. I like how I use this for him, but in my actual build, my friend put a gladiator set because my friends helped me build stuff. So they put a gladiator helmet on him, which is super funny because, like, originally I was farming for a whole bunch of like cryo stuff, but I ended up getting like things that weren't really useful for my build. So I ended up having to like go back and forth. And I still haven't found like all the good artifacts yet for him, so yeah. And this is me just shading him in. I decided to draw him without an eye patch just because my old one, I did draw him with an eye patch, so I thought for his birthday I would take it off. In some references, they say he has a glowing eye, which is yellow color, so I just followed that, but I'd like to think that he actually is just joking with the world and he actually just has a regular normal eye because his eye patch is actually inherited from his grandfather, I believe. So it's not even like he needs an eye patch. I feel like that's just like a whole trick thing that he does, since Kaeya doesn't really like telling the truth about his past and stuff like that. um but yeah, I decided to try to make his eye, his left eye, which is his main eye that he always shows. I decided to try to make it into the symbol. I think it's a primo gem symbol that he has on his eye. I forgot one of the symbols in Genshin he actually has as his eye. He's super special because he's from Conria, and that place I think was destroyed. Yeah, there's a whole like story and lore. I know there is a free manga, but I haven't read it at all. It's like on the MiHoYo website, but I haven't read it at all. So, yeah. To be honest, I heard Kaeya is not really a great person when it comes to like certain things, because his mission is actually to like destroy Mondstadt. But me and my friend like to hope that he actually has like some sort of redemption arc where he becomes good. So it's kind of funny, but I've never actually read like the manga itself. So I'm starting off with like a pretty light blue for his hair, and then I eventually like shaded darker. The reason why I started off as a base like this is so that way I can get more shades of blue in it besides just one shade. I always like his hair. It's super pretty. It's super long and flowy. His hair isn't as thin, like in terms of the ponytail, it's not as thin as Master Zhongli's though, so I do prefer Kaya's hairstyle to Master Zhongli's just because like his hair has more volume and it's super wavy and cute. Now to shade in his hair with darker blues, I'm starting off with like one blue first. That's slightly darker, and then I'm going to add another blue that's even more darker to shade in his hair more. I made a mistake sometimes when coloring his head, like especially on top of his hair. I completely forget to move like the drawing so that way it's more in frame so you guys can see. So do apologize for that. I think it was just like because I actually came back from work early because my stomach ached yesterday and it still kind of felt pretty bad today. So I was kind of not focusing on the camera as I was drawing this. I was also slightly in a rush because I am filming this the day before that I am going to post it, which is day before his birthday. I didn't get a chance to like do this on the weekend. I wanted to draw him with like his signature smiles where it's like it looks like he's scheming but he's not. And it looks like he's scheming or something like that. But like all in all in general, like I had a big struggle with like what type of mouth I wanted to use when drawing his mouth. I tried like the closed mouth expression and it just didn't look right, so I ended up going for like this expression where you can kind of see his teeth, but like it's not super wide. I feel like Kaeya is super pretty when he smiles, so I wanted to capture that too. So onto his shirt. I decided to just give him his collared shirt, but I didn't add in the actual jacket part. Um, he has like this jacket that's like on his chest area, but I decided not to add that in. And also, I left out his cape and his boa, which I think my friend told me is what it's called, the fluffy thing that he wears on his shoulder, which I think is one of my favorite things about like him, because he has that, and I have a cosplay of Kaeya, so like wearing that actually makes you feel like, I don't know, super fancy. I also left out his necklace just because I wanted as little clothing as possible. I didn't want to add too much clothing layers. I tried to remember how his sleeves worked though, and to be honest, I didn't really remember. So I had to go back and look at a reference just to make sure I knew like what I was doing was correct for his sleeves, because the folded parts are like very specific with like a specific design, so I wanted to get that right. I like how most of his collared shirt is just black and white and then some gold accents. It it made it so much easier. The reason why I also skipped out on like drawing all of his clothing, to be honest, is because I knew I did that in like his other drawing that I did of him, so I wanted to make like a less formal one where he was just wearing his collared shirt. I was thinking of doing like a regular collared shirt, but then I ended up doing his actual one just because I thought it was more fitting for him and also his character. Also, since it was his birthday drawing, I want the birthday to be more focused, like the drawing to be more focused on his face rather than just like his actual clothing that he's wearing. And then I am coloring in the crown that I gave him. This is actually an actual artifact that you can get for like cryo characters, I believe. So, yeah, I ended up using that. I know I have one that randomly has like pyro effects on it, so it's actually like on my Diluc or something. So yeah, but normally I get a whole bunch of artifacts that are like cryo based, and then I tell my friend these are gifts for my Kaeya, but some of them haven't been good stats. So yeah. I originally didn't want like to draw like a full on crown with it, so I ended up putting it on the side. Um, I don't know why for these, when I see these though, I feel like it's one of those forehead pieces, like, you know, those crowns that just go like around the forehead. But I actually did the whole thing because I realized it was just one of those regular crowns, like where it's just a circle that you put on your head, not just attaching it to your forehead. Overall, this drawing turned out super cute. I know I gave him like the yellow glowing eye. It's not, I don't feel like it's canon, but I think he looks really nice with it still. Yeah. This one was kind of a bigger scale than how I drew the other characters though, like how I usually draw them, so it was kind of nice to see like me drawing Kaeya in a bigger scale too. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check down in my description box below all my social medias there. You can like and follow those. And yeah, I will be posting his process work there. That's basically it for this drawing. Sorry if my voice sounds like it's dying. I should have said this in the beginning of the video. It's cold now and it's snowing, so my voice is kind of like pretty bad. But yeah. I'm just outlining all of the stuff for the drawing, and then that's basically it. I like how, like, I think my favorite part is drawing, like, muscle definition now. So for, like, the chest area is, like, one of the favorite parts I like drawing is, like, the collarbone and all the details on the neck, too. Like, that's something that I really enjoy. I don't know. I just find it, like, enjoyable to see how, like, realistic you can get it with, like, a cartoon anime style. So, yeah. And then I try to add as much wrinkling to the shirts as possible just to match up with him. Just to match up with, like, the movements of, like, the wrinkles and stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and happy birthday to Kaeya. Bye.